east of Europe, an ever stronger wind of protest is blowing. Belarus, Bulgaria and Russia have different histories and peoples, but common denominators: a Soviet past, authorities that seem to see themselves as irreplaceable, and populations revolting against the status quo. These were the scenes in Minsk on August the 16th. An estimated 200,000 demonstrators there to claim that the re-election of President Alexander Lukashenko was a fraud. But the man who's led Belarus for 26 years denied it and refused to budge. The mass protests became a weekly occurrence. So did the police crackdowns. Under pressure from Moscow, Lukashenko now says he will step down once a new constitution for the country is adopted. But the opposition's sceptical about the promise. A team of women behind presidential candidate Svetlana Tikhanovskaya has led the opposition movement. The EU has promised economic support for any democratic transition that respects human rights. For more than 3 months, Bulgarians have been taking to the streets demanding the resignation of the Prime Minister, Boyko Borisov, the Conservative who's been in power on and off since 2009 and faces claims of corruption and links to an oligarchic mafia. He rejected a request for the resignation of his government from President Rumen Radev. Borisov is a member of the European People's Party, and critics accuse Brussels of putting insufficient pressure to improve governance. Russian President Vladimir Putin also faced popular protests in July over constitutional reforms that enable him to stand for election again in 2024, when his 4th term of office comes to an end, and potentially to stay in power until 2036. The referendum over the changes was won with 78% of the votes. For good measure, the Duma also backed a bill granting Russian presidents and their families immunity from criminal prosecution after they leave office. Top Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny described the referendum results as a big lie, which did not reflect public opinion in the country. The following month, he suffered an apparent poisoning attack. Treatment in a Berlin hospital helped save his life. Navalny blames Putin for the poisoning, a claim denied by Moscow. The case has exacerbated tensions between Europe and Russia. Navalny is calling on Brussels to hit Moscow with targeted measures, specifically aimed at oligarchs. He also raised concerns over the fairness of Russia's upcoming general elections.